So that's something you're involved in right now?
That's something I'm working on for close to 30 years. Actively, I started the company in 1997, and it's the thing that I'm not necessarily supposed to be talking about. I can't really, you're going to have to kind of wait on this a little bit, but it's a huge international project that is secret at the moment. But within the next year or so, we're about to take the veil down and talk about it. If you were to Google my name and Forbes magazine, you would get a taste of what it is. That there was an article that came out last year that's erroneous, but nevertheless, people are trying to figure out what this is. There are a lot of people out there who are sniffing around trying to find out what we're doing. But we've raised about $400 million so far, and have a huge project underway with the University of California, and we're very close to solving the energy issue for the rest of mankind.
So what happens in the big unveiling in a year?
Well, I mean,
So gasoline cars may become obsolete soon, within the next decade?
Well, if we are successful, this is what we're doing. It's a technology that has been understood and known about for decades, but no one has ever pursued it. No one has ever had the funding to be able to pursue this technology. Until I started this company, and we've been able to raise this money, and we've been able to allow these scientists to create this gizmo that they're going to ultimately use to prove that energy can be made. It's basically E equals mc squared, which is Einstein's famous equation. Energy equals mass times the speed of light squared. So what we've done is we use a well-known process of smashing protons together to basically derive energy from matter. So it's hard to explain.
Yeah, but that's okay. Yeah, that's fascinating, though. That's wonderful. So my last question for you is, what do you want your legacy to be? And that's probably part of it.
Well, legacy, I think, is an interesting word. In terms of if one's legacy in time is what footprint one leaves in the sand after one is gone, then we know that the wind is going to come up and is going to obliterate that footprint in no time at all. Like with Ozymandias, the King of Kings, and asked Yemite to look at him, and I forget the exact words in the poem, but it's a great a kind of analogy. We really don't have a legacy. Legacies last for a heartbeat in time, and then they're gone.
Yes.
But the one legacy that goes on and does continue is the legacy we give to our children. The thing that, if we can teach our children something that they can pass on to their kids, and they can pass on to their kids, and they can pass on to their kids, then there may be something like a legacy that can survive for more than just a single heartbeat in time. But I don't know, in terms of legacies, certainly there is no award or movie or work of art or anything like that that I would ever consider to be something of a legacy. Legacies have no meaning to me when it comes to something like that. If the technology that we're working on, if we succeed and we're able to do that and help the world mitigate global warming and all of those things and bring a new energy source to the world, that will undoubtedly be something that someone will consider a legacy.
Oh, absolutely.
But I won't be around to enjoy that.
But your kids will.
Yeah, my kids might be.
Grandchildren. Yes. Well, thank you so much. This is wonderful sitting down to you and getting into your head a little bit.
Sure.
Fascinating person.
Well, don't know about that. But a person trying to get by, just going from day to day. And I think that's probably, you know, for people who look at something like this and they say, well, how does somebody do that? Well, I've never had a plan beyond wanting to be educated when I started out. But beyond that, I've never sat down and said, well, how am I going to map out my career, or how am I going to map out this or that? I just let one thing unfold onto the next.
I hear that a lot. What advice would you give your younger self?
Don't
If you
do
were
anything
18.
differently.
Oh.
I wouldn't do a thing differently.
So your advice would be just put one step in front of the other and see.
Well, follow your heart, you know, and I've always followed my heart. I've always, you know, listened to my gut. I've always, you know, people have told me, you know, you shouldn't do that, you should do this, and I've done whatever I felt I needed to do at the time. And I haven't listened to too many people. And a lot of people going, oh, you should listen to me. Well, you know what?
You wouldn't have got the lessons that you needed to learn if you had listened. So
Perhaps.
You're right, everything's perfect the way it is. This is your journey.
Yeah, no, everything is exactly the way it's supposed to be.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.